That's right. Give me music. Yeah. Yeah. Power. African jigs. African jigs. Yeah.
My name is Mundia. I'm a student in Manchester and I'm also co-founder and regular blogger of Black Girl Flow. While I was out with some friends some time ago, one of them made the remark about never seeing my hair in its natural state. It definitely got me thinking, and I began to question myself too. It wasn't long before I realised why. The answer was quite simple. What do I do with it? For as long as I can remember, my hair routine has consisted of buying extensions to weave in big bouncy curls, bobs with bangs, or to have braids down to my hips. Although my hairstyles don't change as often as 12 times in a year, it's not unheard of for women, and especially black women, to change their looks so often. Many say it's all in the name of versatility, and others commonly use the excuse or reason that black people's hair is too tough to manage. Is it though? I decided to do a quick analysis. I spend so much money in a year. After undoing my weaves, I tend to have one back in less than 24 hours. And worst of all, my hair never gets a break. This can't be right. And how much do you spend?
I usually just have the most simple haircut, so maybe it's in euros, so 30 euros, maybe 25 pounds, a bit less.
On average, I spend £300 a year on my hair.
So every 3 months I spend about £50 on my hair.
It's about £10.
It's about £10.
About £30 to £40 a month.
It used to cost me around £50.
Surprisingly, cost didn't seem to be a major obstacle when I found out how much students tended to spend on their hair. And what do you do when you go to the hairdressers?
Generally only cut my hair.
Yeah, usually just for a haircut. I normally have it trimmed. Usually I get my hair cut and I get highlights.
So I normally color, dye my hair, and then I cut my hair. I don't dye my hair, I cut my bangs on my own, so that's why I don't have to go to the hairdressers that much, because I do it myself.
It's clear that women value their hair for different reasons, and spending money on a regular basis is inevitable. Among women of African descent, the story is no different. However, the cost and time it takes to get the effect of long, flowy or celebrity type hair is higher.
A weave would be about 2 hours, braids 5, 6.
It takes up to 5 hours to do.
If I was doing it in a weave, it could take about 2 to 3 hours, and if I was braiding, it could take from like 4 to 12 hours.
Recently I've been using like half wigs. We usually put a full head weave or maybe leave my hair out sometimes.
They cane roll the hair with plaited in extensions, and then depending on what style you want, depends on how the cane rolls are pointed. So if you wanted your hair like mine to the side, so the cane rolls have been pointed this side so that I can have the fringe on that side, and then you sew the weave onto the tracks until you've got a complete head.
Ashe, a hairdresser with years of experience with Afro-textured hair, confirmed that women were prepared to spend hours, as well as anything around £200 plus on one hairstyle alone. She also told us what she does for her customers.
People have weaves in as well to manage the hair. All to do is plait it all down and then sew an extension on top of it. So straight extension, like European hair type of extension. Some people have curly extension. There's all sorts of extension, maybe because they want to change the colour of their hair as well. Some people braid the hair, make it manageable as well, like just a couple of braids in the hair, so it's not so like, so they don't have to brush it every morning, and they can just get up and go, that type of stuff.
A debate organised by the Afro-Caribbean Society pushed my research further. It was time to get more specific.
For me, having a weave or extensions is a blessing for me because it saves so much time. The fact that you can get up out your bed, all you got to do is put it in one ponytail.
For me personally, hair, like I said, is like an accessory. Is how you want people to perceive you. I wear wear my hair like this because I like it and I like how it looks, just as I chose to dress like this, or as you're choosing to dress like that.
I personally change my hair 3-4 times a week. Sometimes I have this. Tomorrow I'll wake up and get a wig on, I've got curly hair. The day after that I'll have straight hair. I just think that it gives me, like, it suits my mood. It literally does. I don't see why I have to spend hours and hours like taking care of my own hair if I can cut it short for 1 month and then like grow it out and have it in this after 3 months and then change it to have long like hair.
There had to be deeper issues as to why women, such as those seen at the debate, stood up so firmly for their choice of hairstyles. For more insight on these issues, I went to speak to Emma Britton, who's a project manager at the Ahmed Iqbal Race Relations Centre.
It is really interesting that black people have a history of being encouraged to be more accepted by non-African or non-African Caribbean heritage people by making their hair as white or Caucasian as possible. It's been the norm from a very early age in the kind of 20th century to develop chemicals and processes that will allow black people to straighten their hair, to make their hair be malleable to the styles of white beauty. So when we talk about white beauty, we're not just talking about having a type of hair, but we're talking about the styling.
Aside weaves and braids, another process that has become the norm is chemically processing Afro-textured hair, also known as relaxing.
And do you have natural hair? No, my hair's relaxed. I relax my hair when I was in primary school. Do any of you have natural hair? Yeah, I do. My hair's relaxed right now. And if you did have relaxed hair, or actually would you have relaxed hair? And if you did, would you be comfortable going out with your hair in its natural state?
I can't even remember what my hair looks like in its natural state. And I just think natural hair in general looks messy to me sometimes and just untamed.
I haven't had the care from when I was younger to be able to look after my natural hair anyway, so I don't really know how to look after hair that good. So for me personally, I can't have my natural hair out.
Yeah, would you have natural hair? And if you did, would you be comfortable walking out with your natural hair?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't have natural hair, because I would, but I just know for me, with my thick, coarse hair, I think it would be more difficult for me to take care of. My hair's relaxed, so it's a lot easier for me to take care of.
I think it's harder to make natural hair look presentable and neat, whereas with weave, I can easily straighten it and just, you know, put it up.
I think there's a few different reasons why people might not like to wear their natural hair, but one reason could be because it takes so long to do, so people don't have the energy to sit at home for an hour before they go out and play with it. Another reason could be because it doesn't look professional, because everybody has bought into the idea that if your hair is straight like a white person's hair, that you look normal in a sense, especially growing up in the Western world.
Is relaxing hair really the only way forward? Is Afro-textured hair so hard to manage? Apparently not.
Well, I've been natural for about, well, my whole life, which is like 19 years. But I only started like taking care of my hair properly like a year ago.
I've been natural since the day I was born, 19 years. I was never told I had to get a relaxer. My parents never thought it was necessary, so I never got relaxed hair.
I've been natural for quite a while. I was natural all my life until I was 16, and that's when I decided to relax my hair. I was relaxed for 2 years, and then I transitioned back to natural hair when I was 18. So most of my life I've been natural.
I've been natural for 7 months now. I've been wearing my hair like this.
I decided to go natural 2 months ago. I decided to go natural because I was sick and tired of these wigs and all this stuff.
I've been natural for about 4 years. I decided to stop relaxing my hair because I used to like research in black history and stuff like that. and basically came at a point where I thought if I ever have children, like what kind of like perception I want them to have of themselves. So if I'm trying to like instill something in my daughter, like you're beautiful, but I keep altering your image, like what kind of message am I sending?
Some black women struggle with their hair because they don't see their hair. Maybe if they've been relaxed since there was a toddler, like 3 or 4 years old, they don't know how to take care of their natural hair.
Most of the girls, they prefer the really tidy, to do the ponytail or keep them really straight. Basically, it's like from a young age you're relaxed, you have extensions, you have braids, you have all kinds of things like basically done to your hair. And when you're an adult, for you to break out of that cycle is quite hard.
I guess they just want to look like the regular woman with straight hair.
I actually managed to convince one of my friends to go natural as well, but the other ones, they like, I don't have as good hair as you do. I cannot walk on the streets with my hair. What people will think, what people would say, it's a messy look. It's like the society push black women to have straightened hair.
It's already ingrained in us, like what our hair should look like, which is obviously not an afro. So like people already strive for that, so then they forget like this is actually my hair, this is how I should look after my hair.
So I think the reason why we struggle is because we kind of don't know what to do with it. It's like you have to teach yourself to know what to do with your hair, when it shouldn't be like that. You should know from your child what to do with your hair.
At this point it was clear, hair is not just hair. Kicking it with the kinks continues to be the least popular option when it comes to hair solutions. Why is having natural hair such a controversial issue? I needed to dig deeper to find out exactly why. Do I really need long, flowy hair? Does rejecting my natural hair mean that I'm rejecting who I am? Does this mean I've lost my roots? Does this mean I'm not true to myself? Do I continue to succumb to peer pressure? Several questions run through my mind. As I was beginning to exhaust my resources in Manchester, I looked no further than London.
Pause for the cause, I took a detour. Had to get my money right, couldn't be poor. But now I'm back on this mic, holler rap more. I need me some beats, man, my peeps need more.
I attended an annual hair show, the Afro Beauty Live 2011, where I met with several specialists I was able to engage with. Among many was Sal Aisha, who has come to develop her own range of products, root to tip, and organises workshops to educate women about how to care for their hair.
It's time that we really learn to get some hair education. Hair education, I love the term. I do workshops trying to get other people to have hair education, because just a few simple tips, for example, washing your hair in sections. I think we really need to change our mindsets and re-educate ourselves on what it is to look after our natural hair, and stop thinking about our natural hair as quick to do hair. It's not wash and go hair. It's not like the European hair. We have to sit down, take our time, and find the right products, which I try to create for my product line, that actually help to manage the hair. We have to really educate ourselves, or hair educate ourselves, on essentially what is a massive part of us, our hair, and learn to love it. I think they're simply just that. They're hair myths. Scientifically, you know, our hair is the weakest hair of all races. Black hair, African hair is the weakest hair of all the races. I think Indian hair is the strongest, and Chinese hair, Indian hair, European hair, then black hair in terms of strength. Intenseness or strength is basically the weakest on the spectrum. But in terms of hair growth, our hair apparently grows the slowest. I think it really depends on head to head.
There are many myths around the growth of natural hair. What many people fail to realise is that because of the extreme tightness of Afro-textured hair, it might appear to be shorter than it actually is. In fact, what most people aren't aware of is that natural hair can shrink up to 80% when it comes in contact with water.
So, you know, our hair grows essentially between 1/4 and 1/2 inch a month. But the thing with black hair is because it's always dry, it's born, as soon as it appears through the scalp, it's inherently dry. Because we don't know we have to moisturize our hair regularly, we don't really realize our growth potential. So we're doing all these styling things to our hair, and it's growing from the roots, and then we're losing it at the end, and it becomes a cycle of grow, break, grow, break. So you don't really see the 6 inches of hair growth you can get in 12 months. Black hair does grow, but it all depends on how you look after it.
Try to find it in the ladies like, see, I was born in the 80s with the 80s hype. All the girls went.
Slowly but surely, more and more women are starting to embrace their natural hair, and I was beginning to realize that having natural hair may not be as complex as I had once thought. Despite the fact that I haven't relaxed my hair for a while, I never dared to step outside with my natural hair. Things were definitely about to change.
We were blistered and listed, of course we were blind, never listened for wisdom, a call for the bride. No.
I had to learn how to love my kinks from scratch and appreciate the beauty of my curls.
What's bugged is I lose trying to win this fight, so I thought till I witnessed Christ. So now
love is you.
Yes, Lord, it is.
Once I was confident enough to face the world with my natural hair, I was pleasantly surprised by the positive reaction. Other co-founder of Black Girl Flow, Fola, encouraged me as a natural herself, and close friends supported my decision. Following on from Sal's emphasis on hair education, it was encouraging and indeed positive to see the growing popularity of workshops in London, a platform where information is in abundance and support for naturals such as myself is readily available.
The sudden went from House of Pain to Wu-Tang to beat the soul brother. And the first album I checked became
it was always blow dry, so it was always hard, it was always dry. So having a lot of people go through that, we think, oh my gosh, like my hair is difficult to manage, it's too tough, I can't put a comb through it. And it's just learning that our hair, you can't look after it the same as you would do with straight hair or with relaxed hair. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it's difficult to manage, I just think it's different to manage.
That's really good.
Hair, so
Does everyone agree? Anyone think their hair's different? And it's always great at events when we meet someone and they've got, you know, relaxed hair, they've got the weave or something, and they say, oh, do you know what, I don't like this, but I don't feel like I can have anything different. And we have a chat with them. They get to see other people who look beautiful with their own hair. Then we see them at our next event and they've just, you know, got their big chop, or their hair's grown out and they've got an afro now. It's great because you definitely see the difference in people's happiness. Like if you're genuinely happy with your weave and with your relaxer, that's fine. But if you're doing it because you feel there's no other option and it's damaging your self-esteem because you think you're ugly without it, then we think people should have another option, and that's what we try to give.
We want to get natural hair to be the norm, and it's really funny how people say, oh, I'm going natural. You can't go natural because you have natural hair. You just stop relaxing your hair. So we want it to be a thing where people can go into their workplaces, they can go to interviews with their natural hair and feel comfortable, like, oh, I'm not sure if I should go with my hair like this because I'm not sure if I'm going to get the job. We want products for natural hair and black hair to be on every shelf, because we shouldn't have to go to the black hair shop to get our stuff. We should be able to walk into Boots and Superdrugs and be able to buy stuff for our hair. If we claim to be a multicultural society, why aren't the shops multicultural?
After meeting the ladies from Afrocentrics, I also met with celebrity hairstylist and cosmetologist Felicia Leatherwood, some of many women who are at the forefront of this particular evolution in the exchange of information with respect to natural hair.
What I do notice in the UK versus in the United States is that the women here are more hungry for the knowledge. I think because it's in the US, it's everywhere, it's kind of being taken for granted. But here, I love coming to the UK because the women really want to learn. They show up with their pen, their pad, they're ready. They're ready. And I love that because that's why I come do this work.
So workshops are a great way to kind of jumpstart, you know, your knowledge about natural hair and how to take care of it. You know, everything from daily maintenance to more long-term styling questions that you might have. I think that they're super informative for newbie naturals as well as veteran naturals because there might not be something that you've ever known.
I would definitely say come to something like this.
if you want to find out more about natural hair, if you want to find out more about how to take care of your own hair, if you want to be inspired, definitely come to something like this.
I just wanted to, as a blogger, just come, just meet more people, see Felicia again, because she came last year and she was really, really good. So there was a lot I just wanted to hear her say, not for my benefit, but just to take more notes for the people on the blog, and that was it.
The reason we came to the workshop today was really because my daughter's mixed race and she just didn't really know what to do with her hair with regards to what products to use, how to look after it, how to condition it, and all she really wants to do is straighten her hair.
It's been really, really beneficial, and I've learned like loads about my hair, and ever since I was younger I've been like looking in the mirror and thinking, what am I going to do about my hair? And I've always wanted to have straight hair, and I don't know if you can see, but when I was younger I got my hair texturised, and so the ends have gone straight, and now I've kind of realised that it's better to have, well for me anyway, it's nice to have it natural, and there's not as much breakage, and it's generally like natural and nicer, and it feels nicer to have it like that, and you can kind of rock that look as well.
Do you think it's like a parent's responsibility?
It definitely is a parental responsibility, and we forget that everything we know how to do, we learn. Like, I know how to ride a bike because my dad taught me, and I had to brush my teeth because my mum taught me. I know how to do buttons up properly and wear my shoes on the right foot because my mum taught me. It sort of should be so with our hair as well.
For young girls to really be inspired falls on the village, and we've all heard that saying, it takes a village, and it does. And it takes a village for many things. It takes a village to understand your body as a young girl and a woman growing up. It takes a village to understand your size, your look, your skin tone, your hair, the way you speak. It just takes a lot of people involved. The father, the mother, the grandparents, the sisters, the brothers, the teachers, the media. And a lot of people don't want to be responsible in that way.
My daughter used to go to school with a little girl who always had extensions in her hair. She's only 4 at the time. And the one time she came to school without them in, and she's walking with her head down. I'm like, what's the matter? To the little girl. She goes, oh, I look like a boy. I mean, why do you look like a boy? Because she hasn't got her extensions in. So even at the age of 4, she already felt that she wasn't as beautiful as she could have been with her extensions.
I think the reason why my mum didn't teach me how to do my hair is because she didn't know how to do her hair, and she was taught, she goes to hairdressers, they tell her permit, and it's just like you see black hair as something to be detested, something to be changed because it's unmanageable, but something is only unmanageable when you don't know how to manage it.
So we have to look at ourselves as parents as well. If your child only ever sees you with a straight weave-in, for example, or a straight wig, then of course they're going to want to emulate what mummy's doing. So it starts within the home as well.
Ancilla Ramsey also specialises in natural hair, more specifically locks. The professional loctician stretched out her workshops from styling technique focused ones to holistic hair care. Her experience was certainly informative.
One of my pet peeves, and I have people come to me who are new or just interested in locks, is that they've been told you can't shampoo your hair or your new locks for months and months and months and months. I'm not sure where that came from, but I mean, as a stylist, I would never encourage poor hygiene. I mean, that's just nasty.
Like when they saw me for the first time without a weave, they were just like, oh my god, this is terrible. Like, comb your hair out. Like, why is your hair like this?
When I was thinking about going natural, I talked about it with friends, and they just told me, you look beautiful just like you are. So I just thought it's a way to say, sweetie, don't do it. It'll be awful.
Right. Like the fact that during the stage where I never actually went out with my natural hair and I took the step to like go out with my natural hair, and like the reactions that I got from people, especially like white people, they'd be like, oh my god, your hair's so jazzy, and like just making a really big deal out of the fact that I'm natural, and like I don't think they know how to respond. Like I don't know if they even knew that like what my real hair was like, or I don't even know.
I can say that from my experience, people when they see me, they assume that I'm very Afrocentric. Like I'm more about Pan-Africanism, black rights, black power, I listen to neo-soul, I might be a vegan. People like I'm quite earthy and quite cultured, and that's like the kind of perceptions you have.
I think people assume that you're a rebel, that like you're just trying to go against the norm maybe you're a bit of like a political patriot or something. They have associations with radicalism. Like I know in the 70s, a lot of people had Afro hair. They were like all the campaigns, but now I don't think it's about that. But people do assume that you're trying to make a point when you have natural hair.
And sometimes like people believe like you're dirty, you don't wash, you don't really look after yourself, you don't care.
The impression they have is that I don't comb my hair. I don't comb every day, but I do comb once a week. But they think it's a little bit messy.
And they like to touch my hair and like run their hands through it and stuff.
And for one instance, when I first came to university, I had like another female in my class literally come up to me, touch my hair, smell it, and she like basically went, "Oh, your hair is quite clean and it smells quite okay." And then I questioned her. I was like, "Well, what do you mean? Why would my hair smell bad?" And she's like, "Oh, usually people with natural hair don't wash their hair."
Yeah, we're just gonna come to like, so have any guys got opinions on like how they like the girl with their hair?
When it comes to girls' hair, I don't know enough to say something, because from all the things I found out from you girls, there's so many things, you know, I've just found out. But in general though, from, you know, as a guy, yes, we do want ladies to look nice, you know? You want them to look nice. And obviously the hair is part of the whole makeup and everything. But in terms of, is it weave or is it this, is it natural? I mean, you know, as long as it look nice. I mean, if, you know, guys are not that stressed out.
If my friend has got nice, slick, relaxed hair, because I only relaxed my hair when I was 18. When I was 17, all my friends had relaxed, nice hair. And they'll be the ones getting chatted up. I wouldn't, because my hair's in 2 pigtails like this in an afro. I'm not getting chatted up. Or even now, I never used to wear any weave at all. My hair is like, it's short, it's relaxed. It's in a short relaxed. And if I go out with my friends and they have like their nice, you know, long hair, like kind of like your hair, kind of like, really, no, it's nice, it's nice. I do that hair now, don't worry, it's nice, but they will probably get like, you know, more, they look more sexy in a guy's eyes, and they look, you know, they look more, I don't know, approachable or whatever it is. I look like the strong black woman. No.
I think men think they have the appreciation for women with natural hair, but I don't think they do. I think they like the theory of a woman having natural hair, and I think the concept in their mind is already that it's straight. It's not that their hair is curly or like going to be in an afro. So they're like, yeah, I like girls with natural hair, but I think they don't.
I have a friend, man, who hadn't seen me for several weeks. So when he saw me, I had no more hair. So when he saw me, he told me, you know what, you were at 80% of beauty, but now you are at 65. So I told him, so I lost 15 points.
And my boyfriend actually, he told me that if I cut in my hair, he would break up with me.
I think it's like the longer your hair gets, the more it's now acceptable to have your hair. Like men do love it the longer your hair gets, but when it was shorter and stuff, I used to get, I can't say really dirty looks, but like their perceptions of me were not well. I didn't used to get like a good reception.
Yeah.
If this guy's type is this, long hair, then it's long hair. It's not a weave or extension. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Also, one thing, the issue, if any guy's got issue with hair, most of the time it's usually because of the kick that comes from it. Like when some girls, when they have all these extensions and stuff, like this has some neck smell. It's a main thing, that's the main issue that some guys have here, is that some weave or whatever it is can just kick.
For a long time I thought like men needed hair for me to feel good and sexy. Now, there are men who say, I wish my wife could do that, but she can't. And the only reason why they say that is because when they met the wife, she feels sexier with hair. That's where her confidence comes out. She doesn't have hair, she doesn't have the confidence. That goes through the relationship, so then it makes the man shy away from the woman. But if she cut it, and she feels sexy and good, and she's got new clothes on to go with her new look, you love it.
First he was like, oh, and then his friends started to say, oh my god, it's so cool, your hair and everything. He was like, yeah, it's so cool. And now he liked it a lot. And I'm like, yeah, now you like it, see?
And I think they do
enjoy it, and they maybe might respect you more because you will be comfortable with your natural hair.
And the guys that do actually come up to you when you get natural, you kind of get more guys that are more genuine and more like in touch and also comfortable with themselves.
And the reason why the men always say you have such a confidence that's sexy, they love it. They don't care, you know, hair, no hair.
Men do love my natural, actually. They do. I think on African cream.
If you watch, like, for instance, if you watch like Tyra Banks when she did like her little show about it and whatnot, she was talking about how we should wear our hair to embrace our roots, to embrace who we are, and all this business and popping out. I know where I'm from. My mother tells me every day. Everybody here knows where they're from. It's the difference between the two countries. In England, they ask you where you're from. Jamaica, Nigeria, the Caribbean, somewhere. You guys got lots of places. But you know where. You know where you're from, and we won't be British, but Americans, you ask them, where are you from? Oh, I'm African American, you know. No, that's why they're feeling to embrace these roots, because they don't know that their Kunta Kinte father came from Zimbabwe. They don't know this. That's why they're trying to grab whatever out from the air that they can.
Okay.
I know where I am. I embrace it. I also embrace Indian women's hair because I embrace me, I embrace the hair, I embrace the look, I embrace my society because we are all subjects of it.
Of course, external pressure has a role to play in the way in which views in the society are shaped, and taking responsibility is a must. However, dismissing historical context would essentially mean ignoring what has largely encouraged certain practices, such as relaxing.
I'll spend as much as I want on him. You guys can say whatever you want. It's okay.
There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of history that tells us that black women are unattractive. White beauty is a pinnacle, and that even within that, sadly, which I think just shows how much of a joke it is, that only a certain type of white beauty. So it's a certain type of straight hair. You might get away with it being wavy, preferably blonde, really easy, really malleable, not too thin, not too thick. So we're not even talking about it being an ideal of white beauty, but a really specific type of white beauty. And that extends back hundreds of years to when black people weren't even seen as human, they were subhuman. And we're still fighting that battle now. The hierarchy has been created, and I don't know if we'll ever be able to break that down.
The reason it is that deep is because there is this history which you can't ignore,
and it's like, where did this come from? It came from colonialism and the slave mind. Sorry to get a bit black militant, but you know, it came from white people thinking that black hair wasn't hair, it was wool, it wasn't anything to show off about.
There's used to be the pencil test, I don't know if you've never heard about that, basically when they couldn't distinguish between black and white people, how they would test your hair was basically by putting a pencil in your head.
During slavery, they used to beat us a lot to get us trained to believe something else that we were not. Now, we kind of beat ourselves. We do it to each other.
You never look like that. It's like a stick.
Yeah, it can when Bianca's hair gets.
Do you wear makeup? Don't get me wrong. No. Like the other day, I was thinking, what should I do for my birthday? Should I have a like forehead weave? And I thought about it, and I'm thinking to myself, this is not normal. How can I be wearing somebody else's hair?
We black girls just started thinking that having our own hair, natural hair, was something bad or was messier. It was something that we lost a long time ago, that now if we think about using our own hair, you'll be like, how will I do this? But you're not supposed to. But we just decide that we wanted it to be straight. It's a choice that we made. It's true because we like it, but don't you think that maybe we think that straight is a little bit nicer because of the society, because in the environment we are?
And then they have the women in India that shave off all their hair for a spiritual journey and spiritual reasons, and then we take their hair and we put it on ourselves. It's kind of weird to me because the energy of them detoxing or releasing that hair to get higher to their God, and us taking the hair that they're letting go of and putting on ourselves, what energy are we carrying in that?
There's an image of beauty that every woman is trying to obtain, and most women are not going to meet it because it's one image. So it's like with white men, they struggle with dyeing their hair. I need to get rid of my roots and things like that. With us, it's about changing our texture.
It means that you have to deny self. It means you have to deny who you truly are. How do you say, I am not a black woman anymore, or I do not have kinky curly hair? How do you say that to yourself?
The past can never be erased, fact, and the scars of slavery are very much apparent in the way in which we interact.
Someone else's hair, it's not a problem. It's not, there's nothing wrong with it.
Why is it not a problem?
Why should it be a problem?
Why
it is a problem?
Because it's not your hair. You're wearing somebody else. It's not your hair at all.
Why does it? Why does it?
Unfortunately, the media and the never-ending obsession with appearance not only helps to perpetuate the division within communities across the globe, but also discourages us to accept ourselves and each other for who we are.
Generally, long is classified as beautiful. Long or wavy is generally, like you can say, for most people, and guys and girls, it's only now that the boat is beginning to sway. But normally in life, in the media, long, wavy is beautiful.
There's just been a conditioning, and not just in the States or in Europe, just earthwide, of what true beauty is. And that typically doesn't involve dark skin, large features, kinky hair. That's not considered beautiful by the standards of what people have put out in the media, in magazines, television, movies. You rarely see a beautiful, dark-skinned, full-lip, kinky hair woman as the sex symbol. That's not what's promoted.
The fact that when you switch on your TV, you see hair adverts for hair dye, hair shampoo or whatever, you don't see a woman in an afro switching her hair out or washing her hair. You just don't get that visual aid to see, oh, it's normal for this woman to be on TV and have her hair like that.
Beauty is defined in our society as having long hair, blonde hair. I mean, look at stars like Beyonce, her hair is the blonder the better. And I kind of think she has like the European blonde. She could have a darker blonde, but her hair is a European blonde.
Would you have like little girls coming here and wanting extensions, like celebrities, you know, that have got long hair and they want this colour hair because that lady's got it on TV? And
it is the media's goal to get us to buy more, so the less we feel like we're going to make that goal, the more we buy to get that goal. So with like the weaves and stuff, we have to keep buying weave to keep to this Kim Kardashian lifestyle that some people are having. We could never obtain that naturally.
So hopefully the media will start understanding that it's not about the hair. It's about the person. It's about the service they could provide as an entertainer and not necessarily always the look. At least for people of color. I notice when other people come out of other nationalities, they can be very radical and no one care about how radical they are or what they wear, what they look like, if they're wearing meat on their body and they're walking red carpet or whatever it is. They don't get the flack we get.
However true this is, I can't help but think that learning from history and using media to our advantage can be a positive thing.
Now it's time for us to see women that feel more empowered in natural hair. So it's huge to see celebrities wear natural hair. It's a really big deal. When Viola Davis showed up on the Oscars with her hair natural, I got maybe like 5 phone calls within an hour's time that women wanted to cut off their relaxed hair and go natural.
I think we take the opinion that, you know, we want to empower women just to make healthy, informed choices about their hair care, whether they want to weave their hair, relax it, or go natural. We just want to give them the best advice on how to manage their hair, whether it be natural or not. So yeah, I think that's a personal choice. We're not, because a lot of people that don't wear their hair in natural state often say, oh, because of this revolution, they feel sometimes that they're looked down upon if they don't wear their hair natural. If they choose to wear their hair in a relaxer or weave, they feel that, you know, they're made to feel that they're less of a black woman because of that, and I think that's a really dangerous message to send. So we just want women to make informed choices about whatever they decide to do with their hair. Yeah, we've had readers request more natural hair information. They want to see more product reviews, more hairstyles, more information, more advice. So definitely, that's the most frequent request we get, whether it's via email or someone in the street or someone on Facebook or Twitter. It's always more natural hair, and yeah, we respond to that. Definitely.
Can I ask a question? So what's the difference? Like some people say, oh, like putting relaxing in your hair is bad because it's chemicals. What's the difference between putting chemicals in your hair to soften your hair, to do this to your hair, to make your hair nice, and put relaxer in it? Those chemicals are changing the biology of your hair as well to enable it to look that way. So what's the difference? Why is there a problem? I've had my hair relaxed since I was like maybe like 5 or 4, and I have never ever had a problem with the fact that my hair's been relaxed. It's never affected me. I might have had a burn here and there, but that was due to my fault because I haven't used the product adequately. You know what I mean? It's never been a problem. It hasn't affected me. So, like, I can't really testify to that. Whereas you have all these natural girls, no offense, sticking stuff in their hair. No, not even in a horrible way. Just putting stuff in their hair, putting chemical this, chemical that, and stuff off eBay. Help me, care for my hair, new hair, natural hair, blah blah blah. Putting stuff in their hair. It's still chemicals, yet people will still look down on relaxer. Relaxer is there, it has those components to do the job it does. Same way to soften your hair, the components within those chemicals are there to do the job it does.
Yeah, but I think the problem is not with the job it does, is that the chemicals in relaxer is harsh. They're really harsh chemicals. It's just like bleaching. It's just like bleaching your skin and using cream. It both has chemicals in it, and it's still good. You're still doing something, but something is harsher than the other one that gives a different effect to the other one.
Using coconut oil or using olive oil is different from relaxer. I still have the bonds in my hair. Like, you can't compare using like natural products or using a relaxer. It's two separate things. Like, I like a point about bleaching. You might wear lotion or put lotion on, your skin becomes soft for that moment, but you're not gonna go home with like lighter skin or anything like that. You're still the same person. I don't know, it's still the same state, in a sort of sense. Like a relaxer and olive oil or egg whites, it's two separate things.
So what did they? I went to an all-girls secondary school in South East London.
So that means it'll be worse.
Everybody had permed hair from year 7. Even Sydenham girls. I went Sydenham girls school, not the private school, the girls school, the ghetto girls school. Everybody had. We had the slick hair, dyed hair.
The ones with the snake,
yeah, with the gems writing your name. I went to a ghetto girls school, so trust me, everybody permed their hair. So when you're in that sort of environment, I told you my mum was perming my hair from little anyway because it was nicer. But when I went there and I saw everybody doing it, to me, it was standard. That's normal to you guys. You're used to seeing more natural hair girls. If you didn't have permed hair in school, so why is your hair not permed? So
why do people continue to use relaxers, and do people not know the dangers?
I compare it sometimes to fast food versus home-cooked nutrition meals. Yeah, you can run to a fast food restaurant every day and the food's ready, they're waiting for you, it takes you just a few minutes. But what's gonna happen long term? You're gonna get sick if that's how you live. Or you could take the time, prepare a nutritious meal, and be healthy. It's the same thing. You can run and get a quick hairstyle that you think, okay, this is easier. Or you can take the time to invest in taking care of your natural hair. It's the same thing.
We're all looking for temporary satisfaction. So a lot of times you just dismiss in your mind what the bad causes could be. You don't want to think about it. You'd rather not know until you know. So, you know, it's a big price to pay.
The last time I permed my hair was in 2009, September 2009. And the girl, she burned my scalp, so I promised myself that I would never perm my hair again.
My mom was like anti-relaxer because she had the same story that every relaxed person has, as in she had long hair, she relaxed it, her hair fell out, so she was just like, none of us are relaxing our hair.
You could put it in, it could be your first time doing a relaxer and all of your hair could drop out.
If you left it on too long, that you could damage hair, that you could break hair. If you used the wrong type of relaxer or if it was too strong, you could actually burn the scalp.
Now they're saying cancers, fibroid tumors, are showing up. Women are losing hair, and I mean hair loss to the point where it will not ever grow back.
The relaxer is basically made of an ingredient called sodium hydroxide. It's the same ingredient you use in your Mr. Muscle dream cleaner. Anything that goes into the scalp penetrates into the body.
Every single thing that touches your skin or your hair, it goes to your bloodstream. Thinking long term, if you're constantly putting chemicals in your body is not built to process chemicals. It's built to process food and water.
I've seen firsthand from people just using relaxers like it's water. I came across a mum one day in a hair shop, a local hair shop to me. She was buying a children's hair relaxer. I said to her, "Why are you buying that? Is that for yourself, for your child?" She goes, "No, it's for my daughter." I said, "Oh, so how old is your daughter?" "Oh, she's only 4. I said, "You know, that's quite young to relax her hair, isn't it? Why are you going to relax her?" She goes, "Well, I'm just going to use it to wash her hair with." And I was like, okay, what do you mean wash your hair with? I was so confused at that. As well as alarm, my heart started racing. I'm like, wash your hair, what do you mean? She goes, "I'm just going to use that to shampoo." It's me, okay. Do you know how much hair damage and pain you're going to put that child through?
So it's really, really dangerous, and this is what people don't understand. You know, people do that at home and, you know, they just think, oh, whatever, just stick a relaxer in my hair and all that type of stuff, but it really is dangerous, you know. And it over the years, it can damage your hair and make it break.
Go into a European hair salon, there's an age limit of 14 before you can use any perming solution in a child's hair. But if you go into a black salon, it's as young as whatever age. 1, 2, there isn't any licensing in place or any laws.
In this salon here, we don't relax kids' hair. We refuse to relax kids' hair. Even if the parents there, they have to be 12 or over, because I think it's not very fair that, you know, being so young and they come in and have a relaxer, you know.
For many, negative consequences have been dodged. However, some extreme cases are proof of the reality of the danger of relaxers.
Hi.
After reading about Isabella's traumatic relaxer experience, I contacted her and she explained that to be accepted as a model in the US, she had to have a specific look, and that was certainly not the natural one. Over 10 years later, she still has to live with the devastating effects of the chemicals that penetrated through her scalp and completely burnt it out. I tried to settle into a routine and was doing my best to finally give my hair the care it needed. My self-confidence grew, and going out with my natural hair finally seemed normal.
They say unity is just another fairy tale. A word that describes something human.
The change was refreshing. However, there was still one problem. Is my natural hair really appropriate for the workplace?
Like if I went to an interview, I wouldn't say my name was Chinwe Ngozi Mojokichukwu. I would shorten it and say my name is Chinwe with a proper English accent, and then shorten my last name as well. And I wouldn't go with an afro like she said, because I don't want the complications. I don't want you to make a judgment about me.
If your hair's in that afro and you walk in, as soon as they see you, they don't see you, they see your afro hair, because it's not so much the afro, it symbolizes something. And that's the main problem most people have with the afro hair. It's not because it looks messy, it's because it simplifies our African roots and our black roots. So I'm not saying it's wrong or I have a problem with it, but I'm just saying it's just how people see us, and I think that's why people don't do it. Not because there's anything wrong with the hair, it's because how the other person will see you.
Even though it's just hair, we're still seen as very different, even though our hair, we've been around for a long time. Other races still see our hair as very different. And I think until that mindset changes, we're not going to feel as comfortable as we can do with our own hair.
When it comes to interviews, I feel that people feel that they might have to conform to kind of tie their hair back or wear weaves, but I would suggest that people that feel that they need to wear weaves to cover up their natural hair, maybe just tie it back, and then whilst you're in the when you like get the job, if you feel that that's going to be a barrier to you getting the job, once you get the job or once you pass the interview stage, just have your hair out so that it's like your hair's more visible, so it becomes the norm. There's still stigma in certain areas where they'd expect you to be really conservative, and I guess even if I was white and I went to a job interview, they wouldn't expect it to be like backcombed and big bushy either.
Where in the corporate world, people don't usually see the corporate world as like the black world, they see it as the white world that I need to conform to. And I think if more women are entering the corporate world with their natural hair, then it will become a norm. So it's up to us to change that. It's not up to us to make them think that our hair is normal. It's up to us to go there and, you know, change that. And if every woman's thinking I have to wear a weave to go to an interview, I have to wear a weave to go to work, then it's going to stay like that.
I don't see the other side, like where women are like, oh, you can't get a job in corporate America. I'm working with women who are esteemed in esteemed positions with natural hair. They're the only black women in the department or at that level, and they're rocking natural hair, and nobody says anything to them. And you know why? It's because they do a really good job. They know their job. They're the only ones who can do their job the way they can do it. And that's the focus. Not the hair, but how good are you at what you do?
Yeah, I think it's appropriate. I love my hair. Like, I think natural hair is appropriate. Like, any kind of hair is appropriate if you're born with it. If you're born with straight hair, then that's the appropriate look for you. If you're born with curly hair, I think it's not really a question to even ask. Like, it's just asking, like, do you think the way you look is appropriate? Yeah, I think natural hair is appropriate. I don't know why we have to think if Afro hair is or not an appropriate look. We don't ask white people or Chinese people, for example, if their hair is an appropriate look. So why do we have to ask it about ourselves? I don't understand. So yes, it is an appropriate look.
Like, once you've accepted that this is the way your hair is grown, why should you then change it?
If you have like any kind of, are they gonna hire me because, you know, I got fired from this one job? Are they gonna hire me because my hair is not natural or my shoes don't look a certain way? For whatever reason, that projects to the person, and they will start looking at those things, and then you'll say, aha, I knew it. When really, you didn't know it. You made it happen.
Yes, I would go to an interview with natural hair, and I have gone to an interview with natural hair, and I got the job. So,
if we can't accept our own hair, how is anyone else going to accept our own hair?
And if we don't stop changing to fit what other people say is acceptable, they'll never change what's acceptable.
Working on this project has definitely opened my eyes to the wider issues that surround the debate of natural versus non-natural hair. Is that an important aspect in your life?
My hair?
Yeah, like
I definitely like to have nice hair, of course, like every girl.
Yeah, I really love hair, and I really enjoy like my hair looking good.
I think our hair is a very important factor in our appearance.
Why do you feel that it's important for you to go to hairdressers?
Just to upkeep, like for upkeep and maintenance. Obviously, otherwise it'll just grow out and, you know, become horrendous. I feel good when I went to the hairdresser afterwards, so it's for me. Not only I feel good, I feel like I have to fit in, because everyone goes to hairdressers, so if I don't go, I will still come. So.
I think it's a bit like a decoration for you. So like, if my hair's not done, I'm wearing it with a hat straight on. But when it's done, I want to show it off. I want to show people, yeah, look, my hair is nice.
So I think hair should be something that, you know, that you can use to like express yourself and enjoy, and it's, you know, it's an accessory for yourself. It's something that can like go with whatever look you're trying to achieve.
Whether they are straight or curly, natural, relaxed, just take care of it, and I think they'll be fine. Like, healthy hair is best.
I know personally, when I see a woman, be it natural or relaxed or whatever, she looks good, I like to give people compliments. And I think black women, we don't do that enough. We kind of, oh, she thinks she's cute, you know?
We need to support each other and compliment each other more. So find something really nice to say and keep it going. Just keep it going.
Give more compliments. Love yourself, love everybody. We're all here together, you know.
No matter your race or gender, we are all more than likely to be confronted by the pressures to conform within any given society. image seems to be everything nowadays. Hair is not just hair, but in actual fact, it should be, shouldn't it?
Far as we could see, nothing was changing. Fear crippling the whole population. Those in power would prefer it this way, cause they can carry out all their miscellaneous. The minority report on the masses says they got it segregated in classes. All along, this is what they've been planning. Hypnotized, subdued, and we're passive. So who the hell screaming revolution? Broke the doors to the institution. Cracked the code, saw through the illusion. Now it's clearing out all the confusion. Who the hell screaming revolution? Broke the doors to the institution. Cracked the code, saw through the illusion. Now it's clearing out all the confusion. Got up and then he was shot down. 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 They won't get their own way. 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 Woo. All the things they said we already